All right, men, load your weapon.
Blast them!
Done for, Chewie. Let's go. It's a trap.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Happy Thursday, my Jesticles. Okay, there we go. Look, listen, sometimes, I may have been doing this for a while, but sometimes technology just does not work for me. Anyways, happy Thursday, my Jesticles. It is that time again for the Jest stream on the planet. It is a happy Star Wars weekend for you. Today is Revenge of the 5th. Yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Tomorrow, I guess, would be Return of the 6th. I don't know. Listen. Happy Star Wars week. And, so we will be listening to some Star Wars lo-fi all day. We're also joined by the one and only Sue, aka Ethan. How do you pronounce your last name, Ethan?
Batani.
Batani. You know, that's what I would have guessed, but I didn't want to be the one to butcher it on stream. So, welcome. You want to show the audience your pretty face?
Oh yeah, sure.
Welcome, Ethan. Ethan is another streamer. Actually, he does the game streams. When do you stream?
Monday and Thursday, 1 p.m. EST.
Monday, Thursday, one more time.
Monday, Thursday, 1 p.m. EST.
Monday, Thursday, 1 p.m. EST. So you can check out his stream on Twitch, right?
Correct.
And you do the game content more than the finger wiggle content. But hey,
I do indeed.
If you show up in his chat and ask him to wiggle his fingers, he probably would do it. Well, listen, I've got a couple of questions.
Sure, man.
Sit here and interrogate you about your glove career, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Try not to play too much of the bad cop in this good cop, bad cop scenario. But before we do that, everybody make sure you got your water handy, because you're a dehydrated prune otherwise. And also make sure you smash the like button and share the stream. We would like to get as much reach on this Star Wars Day stream as possible. But let's just start off with the simple question. What is your Glover name and where did it come from?
My Glover name is Sue, actually.
Sue.
And it's
S-O-O,
a
not S-U-E.
S-O-O, correct, yes. And it comes from my Korean name. So I'm adopted. I'm from South Korea. Both my parents are white, but my Korean name is Lee Sukila. So I took Sue and used it as an alias for a lot of my nicknames and all my online stuff.
That makes sense. Just stick with what works, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. How long have you been gloving? Where did you start gloving?
At this point, probably gloving like 7 or 8 years. I started gloving at Electric Forest
Electric Force.
in 2014.
Hey, I was at that Electric
I'm
Forest.
pretty sure it's 2014 because I remember it was the year I was just walking around at Tripoli and I saw some people gloving. I had no idea what it was at the time. And I went up there and just talked to them,
I have
all
no
that kind
way
of
of
stuff.
proving
and-
it. I have no way of proving it, but I bet you anything I was in that Glover pit at Tripoli.
You very well could have been. I would not
that
be
you saw.
surprised.
I'm
Yeah,
willing
yeah.
to bet. I would put my shekels on it.
Dude, I remember just walking over and being entranced and being like, man, like that'd be so cool. Like I want to learn how to do that. Like that'd be awesome. Like how'd you guys get started? Like where do I get these things? That kind of stuff. And I got introduced. It's pretty cool.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good place to get introduced
Dude,
to it. and
fantastic. The best place.
Solid amount of talent in that pit. I remember that. That was my first forest year, so I remember it
Yeah,
vividly.
yeah, 2014, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So where are you from, and what is the gloving community like where you're from?
So I'm originally from Michigan. That's where I spent most of my life.
Okay,
I'm
makes sense.
currently
Why the
living in
forest?
Colorado in Denver.
Okay. awesome.
But I just moved out here last year. So, and talking more about the Michigan scene because I know them a lot better. It's a really small scene. It's really close knit. When I first started, our community on the west side had 7 people. There was barely anybody, but it was like a really welcoming and like warm group of people. They were super nice, super kind.
I can confirm that from experience.
Yeah,
actually.
they always were just like, hey, like come out, come hang out with us. Like we have drinks, we have whatever you need. Like we have gloves. Like just come say hi. Like we meet every, I think it was Wednesday or something like that. And they were fantastic. And the cool part is now, right? Their community has taken off. Like I've gone back for a few of their like FNLs and stuff like that, and they have full house parties now with like 40 people, 50 people. Like the community's just absolutely blossomed, and it's a lot of credit to the people that are running it right now.
Gotta give them credit where it's due on
Yeah,
that,
dude,
for sure.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So what gloving teams have you
Oof.
repped?
I was futuristic light sponsor for a little bit. Right before I actually stepped down, there was some other stuff going on. I needed to focus on life and stuff like that. And then Void is probably one of the other big teams. That caused a lot of interesting conversations inside of the lounge and all that kind of stuff. I remember when I first joined the team, I was pretty excited, right? Like it was really cool. And then towards the end of it, like being in charge of monitoring some of those people and some of the things that were going on became a lot, which is actually a big reason why I stopped gloving as much. Is because the online scene and that kind of stuff got really stressful.
Sometimes just being a part of groups makes things less
Yeah. Well, and the cool part is, right? Yeah, dude, absolutely. But like the cool part is, right? It's like I met all these really cool people. There's still people from that team that I talk to. Like we're still really good friends. Obviously, there are people that I don't, but it happens. That's just life.
Right. Yeah, no, I think there's a fine line. Like being a part of a groups makes things fun.
Absolutely.
To a point.
Absolutely. In the right degree, right? And
to
you have to have
a
the right
line.
people.
To
You
a
have to have the right
specific
people.
cutoff point.
Exactly.
At
Yeah,
which
yeah.
point it becomes a headache, and then you just want to
Yes,
isolate. Like
exactly.
I get that way too much.
Mhm. I actually started my own team as well, Smile. I let that team go actually to the people that I was running it with. So I was the original founder of the team. I put together this team of captains. And they've actually still kept it alive. It's really cool. The team is doing really well. They're still active. They just posted a cipher the other day, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty interesting keeping up on that, considering that I have zero like control, zero input, zero anything inside that team at all. And they've kept the values. They kept the team close knit. They're still alive and well. They still meet up. They go and travel all around the United States to hang out with each other. Like it's pretty crazy.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
It's really cool.
I remember when you started that team. Smile value is definitely a thing in light shows. Most people have too much of a focus face, myself included. Tends to fall victim to the focus face, and just seeing a smile behind the light show, especially a good smile behind the light show. Like,
Yeah.
it hits different. So.
Absolutely. It just shows you enjoy it, right? I mean, it's something you love. Like it's really cool to be able to express that in more ways than just like your ability, right?
Absolutely. So what year was it that you started? You said 2014, right?
2014, but I haven't really gloved much last year, so I say 7 years.
Okay, that's valid. What were your peak years, and when do you think gloving's peak years were?
Oh, so I actually got into it pretty late, right? So like I started gloving when I was 22. No, not 22. Like 20-ish.
How old are you now?
I'm 27, 28. But yeah, so when I first started, right, like I was not only late to it, but gloving had already gotten to a point where it was fairly large, like it was getting more well known. So I think that for me, like my years that I practiced the most, that I paid the most attention to it, was probably 2015 and 2016, which was a little bit after like the actual prime of a lot of things, in my opinion.
I agree with that, actually.
So I missed out on some of the cool things. I remember people telling me all about them, but like I was never able to be a part of them, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I caught just the tail end of the really hype years of gloving. 2014, 2015, and 2016 were really the peak community vibes, and then 2017 was just like grasping at that, and then everything after that was has seemed kind of like a hollow shell of what gloving used to be.
Yeah. But that's what happens, right? When things get bigger and more popular in the mainstream, like you just kind of a lot of it gets lost, or like
there was
diluted.
A certain amount of dilution, there was a certain amount of burnout, because you know the OGs burn out.
Right.
And I mean, if you ask certain people these days, if you ask newer glovers, they probably won't tell you the same thing that we'll tell you. You know what I mean? They'll probably say, "Well, gloving's fine. What do you mean? We're still doing all."
Oh, right. And if they're enjoying it, right? Like that's great.
That's the important thing. Is like as long as there's people still around to stay keeping some sort of new generation afloat. Like eventually these older people, myself included, are gonna come back to the thing, and say, we should start doing stuff again. We should come back.
Yeah, because I remember when I first started, right? They're like Amazing Lights. Obviously, was a great company. Especially when I first started, they were like the forefront of the entire hobby. And I remember specifically like certain people's videos I would watch, people that I would go back and watch, like YouTube videos, all this kind of stuff, right? And they don't glove at all anymore.
Right.
And it's really wild for me to think that if I was to ask somebody who just started last year, right, like the amazing sponsors they're looking at now are people that like I started gloving with. Like I think that's just such a weird concept, right? Like Trump, like people always just are like, oh yeah, like he's the person that I've been watching since I started gloving. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like I remember when he was like a tiny kid.
And it's really interesting to me to think about what content the new people are watching, like where they're watching the content.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I could give any new glover who has no experience or understanding of where to go to find the history of our I could give them an entire semester's worth of stuff to go through.
Right.
That would put them. It would give them an understanding at a level of which, you know, would be where we started. You know what I mean? Those videos that we watched, they would then have that foundational understanding. But most of the time, I think these videos are either on TikTok or on Twitter or on
and they're
Instagram,
short clips too,
and
like
they're
they're not
short clips,
shows.
right? Exactly,
Yeah.
and they're not. I mean, there's probably a certain amount of quality content out there. I mean, I can't just patently be a boomer here and say that these kids aren't consuming quality content like we did back in the day. Like I can't say that.
Right, but you're probably not very wrong, right?
But at
because
the same
a lot
time,
of the difference I feel like in it is that like where we had to go find content, like you had to become a part of something, right?
Right.
You had to either get on YouTube and look up videos on your own, or you became part of Glover's Lounge or another group, right? And it forced you to immerse yourself in the full culture and the people, and you had to learn about what it is because people forced you, right? I remember when I first started gloving and people were like, you don't know who that is? Like look him up. Like you have to do this. Like you have to learn about this stuff because it's important, right? And if you get your content from TikTok or you go on Instagram, you see Instagram Reels, whatever it is, right? There's none of that community aspect. People aren't forcing you at that point then to look further, to figure out where this came from, like where a cluster's from, like that kind of stuff. Like it's a cool move, but like if you look on TikTok, like no one's gonna tell you like where it's from. They're just gonna show you the move. It's 15 seconds.
I completely agree with that.
So it's just different. Yeah, it's very different.
It's a very different experience. But on the other hand, people can go on TikTok with absolutely no experience whatsoever and build an audience of 100,000 people. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not a unrealistic thing to have that reach without much experience at all, really.
Right.
And what's
exactly.
crazy about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is it then adds that amount of how many more people are seeing gloving, and then it loops back to how many more people are seeing gloving without a foundation of
Right, exactly. Oh, hundreds of
where
thousands,
these
if not
old
millions,
of
right?
all these old people, where these people came from.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
a lot
just
to it.
it's different, and I think that definitely feeds in and bleeds into the community you see today, and why there are certain people that are the way they are and stuff like that.
Agree with that.
Yeah,
I want to
so.
acknowledge some of these people in chat here real quick. Dave is always #1 in the chat, always first here. Fwigs, what's up? Taj is here to be a nuisance. So welcome. Taj wants to let you know that your camera quality is insane.
Yeah, it's good, right?
It is. I will attest to that. That's pretty top notch from there. It makes sense though because you are also doing the stream thing. I would expect as much. Are you running off of a webcam or are you running off of a DSLR?
No, this is a DSLR.
Yeah.
This is what I used for gloving too. This is how I did all my
Yeah.
gloving stuff also.
I'm
That's the only reason why I have the camera.
I'm literally using my fisheye right now.
Yeah, I have this lens and I have a fisheye too that I
Nice.
used for gloving when I had it.
Nice. Let's see here. Taj says sorry about the FL thing.
Oh yeah, that was quite the couple
Vietnam
weeks there,
flashback.
man.
Teddy says, hope to see some smiles at G3. Yeah, man, Ace.
Oh yeah,
If you can make it to G3, you should look into it. But if you can't, I understand. But like, listen, it's definitely gonna be worth looking into at least.
Is it West Coast?
It is in California.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Okay,
gonna
that's
be
what
at
I
the Globe
thought.
Theater. It is going to be, I believe that's Los Angeles. Teddy will confirm that for you, I'm sure, in the chat. Cause
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
watching. But smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Please share the stream in your local community. Share the stream in Glover's Lounge. Share the stream with your grandmother. Dave says he started gloving at 57.
Hey man, that's awesome.
It's a little late, but you know what? It's never too late, okay? It's never too late. Let's see here. Some of the most brilliant people I know are kids. That's true. Teddy asked, should I happen and say hi? Teddy, come on in. Tell us what's new. Tell us what's new about G3. I'm sure you've got I'm sure you've got something exciting to tell us. We'll wait. I'm sure he's. Oh, there he is.
Why, hello.
Hello,
What's
Ted
up,
Bird.
man?
Ted and breakfast.
Hello. Oh no, oh you can leave the camera on, Sue. We're good. I just wanted to pop in and say hi for a second.
Okay, well, hello. Do you have anything new to tell us about the global gloving gauntlet, the greatest gloving gathering, the geeks giving blowjobs? I don't know, something.
Are you done? You good there? Did you get it all out?
Yeah, I did. I had to have a third one. There's 3 of them, so you know.
I was waiting patiently for the third one. What's going on, Sue? How you doing, man?
Not much, man. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. I just wanted to pop in and also pressure you to come to G3 on August 13th at the Globe Theater in Los Angeles, California, at 740 North Broadway in the city of Los Angeles.
I definitely have to look into it. That's for sure.
That was extremely hyper specific for a reason because everybody's watching.
Well, just so you have it on the stream, just in case anybody was curious. I will be updating the info page, hopefully over the weekend, to include venue information as well as just some more details. And I'm gonna probably change the layout a little bit since we've had some questions and feedback. I want to update it with all the information everybody's been asking about. But I don't really have any specific announcements other than we have sold over the 8 initial jerseys. We've actually sold 11 competitor 12 total jerseys and 9 competitor jerseys.
That's crazy.
Nice.
So we have quite a few people who are now sponsoring the G3. And I'll be updating that.
Those people so much.
I'll be updating that collection to include not only the jersey, but shorts, leggings, and maybe a couple other items as well. We'll see. So I'm excited.
We're definitely definitely making moves towards the global gloving gauntlet, and we expect to see every one of you peoples in this audience here at that event. So that's a big W, Taj. Yes, it is. All right, so what else, Tedward? Is there anything new you wanna? Anything else new that you wanna?
I'm just hanging out.
Express?
I'm just hanging out. You guys can. No, that was pretty much it. It's been kind of business as usual. We are actually, you know what? Let's see how many how many GA tickets we have to sell before we get to the next batch of competitors. Let me just pull that up real quick.
I'm gonna turn down my ISO because this whole sun going down later thing kind of fucks up my stream schedule.
You mean messes up your stream schedule?
This is not a family-friendly chat.
That's fair. So we are.
I've shown my
audience, right?
feet
You gotta
on
know your
stream. All
audience.
right, listen.
Getting special in here. So for we are 38 more GA tickets away from unlocking the next batch of competitors. So when 38 more people purchase their GA/venue entry to get in the door, then 10 more people will be able to access the competitor tickets. Or if you want to compete really badly and also want to make sure the event happens, the next 3 people who get the sponsor jersey that would like to compete will have the option to. But then after that, we're going to close that off and we're just going to do direct competitor sales.
So in other words, go get your jersey, go get your general entry, and then we'll go get the gloving gauntlet on the. I don't know. There's a G word somewhere in there to finish off.
There's a whole lot of G
There's
going
a G
on.
word to finish the alliteration in there somewhere, and I'm not grasping it. That's the one. Okay. Anyways.
You're not wetting it, grasping?
Grasping.
Firmly
yes.
grasp it.
Firmly grasp it. All right.
Well, anyway, like I said, I'm just hanging out. You guys don't mind me continue on with your stream here.
Well, I think before we got a little distracted, I was asking some questions about your gloving career, so to speak. We left off with the gloving peak years, I think, before we got a little sidetracked. Do you have any favorite memories from festivals and gloving events? And obviously, your intro story is a pretty good festival memory, I'd
that
say.
one is definitely one of the top ones. Trying to think. Actually, one of the later Electric Forest I went to, and also an Okeechobee I went to for different reasons. So Electric Forest, yeah, Oki was cool. Oki was actually really cool. For a smaller festival, it was really fun. But for the Forest year, I actually got to meet a lot of the people that I was running that team with that I started. I got to meet them in person for the first time, so that was really cool. That was definitely one of the more memorable festival moments. And then on top of that, at Oki, or was it? No, it was Suwannee. It wasn't Oki. I'm thinking of a different Florida festival. Yeah.
I went to
I went
Suwannee in
there.
2015.
Yeah, I went there for their Halloween festival. I forget the name of it now.
Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah, I went there Halloween with Max and Liv actually.
Nice.
And I got to meet them for the first time, so that was really cool. And
What year was that?
that was before. I don't actually remember the exact year. Probably like 2015 or 2016, maybe a little bit later. But we had never met before. They didn't know who I was. They like encouraged me to come out. They sold me a ticket. They picked me up from the airport, like drove me, everything. It was really cool. So it was awesome meeting them that way.
It's amazing how hospitable and reliable you can actually find.
Dude, 100%.
Glovers who will just help you out and not steal your kidneys. I think that's
yeah,
like amazing.
People you've never met in your entire life, and
Right,
so
exactly.
for some reason you're gonna trust them to drive you like 6 hours away after you fly down there.
Exactly. Like, let me just fly halfway across the country and meet up with these people that I've talked to on the internet
Never
like twice.
met,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is fine.
Dude.
Didn't my parents tell me not
Yeah,
to do?
I was just
feel
thinking
like
the
my
same
parents told me
thing.
not to do this. Well, they were wrong. Turns out that was the best decision I ever made.
It really was. It was like one of the most memorable festivals I think I've ever had. Just because I'd never met any of these people ever in my entire life, and it was like a really, really pleasant experience the whole time.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I suppose because it's got to be memorable because your whole body's in fight or flight mode the whole time because you're like, am I gonna die?
Like, am I gonna make
Who
it
are
back
these
home?
people? Do I
I
have
hope
to
I
be
make it back.
concerned? But no, seriously, that's fun. I've definitely had experiences like that, and it's nothing but good nostalgia to think back on. So
100%. Yeah.
Let's see.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific about gloving or about a specific gloving light show that stands out to you that makes it like what makes a light show like a top 10 light show for you? You specifically, like what's your subjective bias?
I was always a very big proponent of like musicality type stuff, so more so than technicality, right? My eyes definitely are drawn to people that are both like in their gloving and in their actual body language, like enjoying what they're doing. So for me, like it doesn't really matter like if you can do like crazy things with your fingers, right? Like if you are genuinely enjoying it and you're having a good time, like that is something that will always draw me to a good light show. And then on top of that, right, if you can then add, right, the skill level, the technicality, and still be able to portray yourself like purely in that sense, that goes a really long way. There was a show by Rhapsode that I used to watch like every single day when I first started gloving, and it's still stuck in my head. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure I could find it. But I remember watching that show and thinking,
because
I can look it up. Give me a
I
second.
probably watched the exact same one over and over and over again.
Was it Stay? Was it the one? Was it Stay where he was in his room and it starts off where he's like off in the corner and like walks up to the camera?
I'll tell you the one that I
No,
watched.
it's Forever Young.
Oh, that's valid.
Oh.
That's valid. I know that one too. I definitely watched that one over.
That's
and over
the
and over.
one.
Yeah, that's because he like dances and stuff at the beginning.
Yes, and this was the first time I'd ever seen someone glove in this way, right? Where like it was very expressive and happy, and at the same time like super technical and flowy. Like this is what I based like a lot of my style around. Was that show?
I definitely have influences like that as well. Just putting more than like the way I like to think about it as putting the human element into the light show, because
100%.
like if you want a good light show, why are you watching a human do it? Like go watch computers produce the most precise thing you can. But if you want a human light show, you're gonna watch a performance, you're gonna watch something happen that a person created. Then you want to have the personality put into that. So I think that's
and
exactly
being
what you're
unique and
talking
things
about.
you haven't seen before. I think that as I gloved more, I started to realize that there were a lot of things that became, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but you saw a lot of similar ideas, right, in shows over and over and over again. Like I spent a lot of time in Glover's Lounge watching shows and talking to people, all that kind of stuff, right?
Well,
So when I
certainly
saw
foundational
somebody,
stuff, yeah, absolutely.
yes. But when I saw someone, right, doing something I'd never seen before and it still looked like exceptionally good, that definitely stuck out to me as well. I remember like there are a couple shows, I don't exactly remember their names. I'm sure I could pull them up on my Facebook. Where I was watching, I was like, wow, like I've never, like it just always wowed me. It made me feel like really, really like happy, and it was exciting watching somebody do something I'd never seen before.
Definitely know that feeling. Like when Mez came out with his clock video for the first time.
Stuff like that. Yes, where I was like, holy
that was
shit,
just like a
this
whole
is...
movement for a while.
Yeah.
And it just it felt good. You love to see that.
Yeah, but like the first video, right? Like it made you feel something inside because it was so different.
You still
and
remember,
he made it look so good.
You still remember that like that moment when it was just like, what is happening?
Yeah. Or a lot of Puppets videos when he was first getting pretty big in the lounge. Where I would watch his shows and be like, Jesus, dude, like how are you even like maintaining your composure while you're gloving like that? Like I would just be ecstatic if I could pull that stuff off.
For real. So how about who were your main inspirations? And did you ever have direct contact with them? And if so, do you still?
Actually, I don't think I had any direct contact with like the big inspirations that I had growing up. Well, when I was gloving at least. For a lot of the smaller people though, I did. It was actually really cool because as I started to get more well known, I got the opportunities, right, to interact with a lot of people. And a lot of the people that actually inspired me were people that had started way after I did, right? They were people that had just started gloving, and it was, I think the most enjoyable part about it was watching them get better. And it was really cool being inspired by people that I saw start gloving, stuff like that. But some of the bigger ones like Rhapsode and Puppet, no, I never had much contact with them.
Well, that's unfortunate. You might be able to meet Rhapsode if you come to G3, you know, just saying.
He's competing.
Just saying.
He's competing.
Just saying. Anyways, what were your reasons for starting? And you also said recently that you kind of, you know, hung them up, so to speak.
Yeah,
but
I don't even have gloves anymore, like I was telling you, man. It's kind of weird.
What are the reasons for that?
So I guess let's start with the first part, right? So starting, when I got inspired by gloving, I actually met this guy. His name was Brian, and he actually was the captain of the biggest team in the state at the time, and he was the one that really got me started into gloving. He would teach me things. We would talk on Discord, that kind of stuff. That's where I got started. And for like this part of my life, I moved out to Denver a year ago with the intention actually of making a lot of life improvements. I needed a lot of work on myself and a lot of things done inside of my life. And with that came, right, like a very demanding full-time job, as well as going back to school again. And with those things combined, I mean, I was working 60, 70-hour weeks sometimes. And if I was lucky, right, it'd be like a 40 or 50-hour week. And then on top of that, right, I'm taking this coding boot camp to become a software engineer. And that's taking up the most of my time. That's free outside of any time I spend playing games or something like that.
That does not leave a whole lot of room for wiggling fingers.
No, definitely not. And I still do, right? Like I still walk around my kitchen, stuff like that. But it's been a long time since I've actually put on gloves or gone to a meetup or gone to a show or anything like that. I just haven't had time or the money really.
Well, what you should do is DM me your mailing address and I'll send you a pair of Easy Lights.
For sure, man. Yeah.
Way too many pairs of Easy Lights, and then at least you have the option,
right?
You know, to throw on the lights and wiggle some fingers for us next time.
Absolutely.
Or you know, next time you come on the stream, because I'm sure we'll have you back on.
Absolutely, man.
Or at least we'll do some games together as well. The next question. What would you call your style? What is your style preference when receiving a show?
I don't even know if I'd have a name for my style. My style was always rather basic as far as like technicality standards. I didn't learn anything super complex, and a lot of that was because I just couldn't do it. Like I like clusters and stuff like that. Like I can do very basic ones. My dials were never super clean, so I didn't put them into shows. And because of that, right, I focused on other aspects like musicality, making sure that like my storytelling was really good, and just putting out a show that I genuinely enjoyed. And a lot of that to me was just finding things that looked good and felt good. So when I first started watching glovers like Rhapsode, like I was talking about, right, like it just looks good. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to be super technical, right? But making things clean, making them at specific points in the grid, using those concepts, those really basic concepts, in ways that people might not have seen yet. That was something that I really focused on, and ended up being like a lot of the structure for a lot of my shows that I put out.
Well, what that turns into is usually clean and impactful musicality. So that ends up being more fun to watch, anyways. And your style preference, what do you like seeing?
I was actually really weird. So this is gonna sound terrible, right? But for the most part, I enjoyed giving shows more than I liked receiving them. That's not to say that like I didn't like the shows that I did receive.
People will not admit it, but that is the norm
but
for glovers.
I really didn't spend a whole lot of Yeah, like I would. I mean, I don't mind watching videos. I don't mind
I
talking to
was
people. Like, I
flamed
love
for
meeting
years
them.
for that, for having that opinion, but
But
yeah, I
like,
agree with
yeah,
you
I
same way.
just I would rather glove than watch somebody else glove. And yes, you might be fantastic. You might be the best glover in the entire world, right? But for me, the enjoyment in the sport was actually doing it. I watched other people for inspiration to just keep up on things, maybe just because they're my friends, right? But for the most part, like I didn't really spend a whole lot of time thinking about what I like to receive, just because I was more focused on my own show.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I like
You-
I said, I will die on this hill, but it is.
Dude, people would think I was so mean
especially
for
for
saying
the
something
people,
like that, man.
especially for the people who actually sit down and study the techniques. It is usually the case that they like giving better than they like receiving.
Yes,
And,
100%.
and the reason for that is it's more satisfying to be the one doing it.
Yes.
Just is.
I,
Now,
that's
there's
exactly
That
there's,
action-
there's nothing there's something to be said for having your face absolutely blown back by someone who also
sure, right.
is
yeah,
that
yeah,
good.
definitely. Right.
But like, yeah, it's I don't think it's that wrong to say. I will die on this hill.
I'd like to chime in on this one actually. You know, as someone who's been gloving since the wee years of 2008, when we first started gloving, it was absolutely not about trading light shows. Me trading light shows with other glovers was the last thing on my mind. Every glover that I went to shows with, and names like Lullaby, Pro Heavy, Mind Trips, you know, I mean, all the OG PMs, even the OG Lords and OG AOs, like a lot of them will tell you, like, we felt as though we were an unofficial member of the performance. We were we were there to make the night better of anyone that we ran into by giving them a show. And it wasn't hey, would you like the trade shows? It was, hey, would you like a light show?
Yeah.
That was
right.
that was the question. It wasn't even a trade. It was like, hey, would you like a light show? Yes, I would love a light show. Great, sit down. 3 minutes later, all right, see you later. That was fun. You know, have a wonderful night. Or, you know, let's, you know, if you want to trade candy or something, or you know, talk for a minute, or if you were outside, you hung around for a minute. If you're on the smoking patio, whatever have you. You know, you form connections or make things with people, but it was never a basis of light show for light show. It was just like, no, I'm just giving to give. I have no expectation of receiving, and I have no expectation of anything other than just giving a show.
I still try to get into that mentality when I'm at festivals, but it's impossible to not have a line.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the way that someone who's never gloved in their entire life receives a show is different than the way that someone who's been gloving for however many years receives a show.
Absolutely.
Right? The body language that you get feels really good from someone who's never seen it their entire life, right? Like after 7 years, 14 years, however long you've been gloving, right? You sit and you watch a show, like, not to be like that person, but like you've probably seen 99% of the things that person is doing somewhere, right? It's very rare.
I like to say I've seen that show on other faces.
Yeah, exactly. And you probably have, right? But for someone who's never even been introduced to gloving whatsoever, it doesn't matter what you do, right? That is their first time ever seeing that in their entire life.
Yeah, literally just throw fast.
Like, you could do
circles,
whatever
they
you
will
wanted.
tell
They
you
would
it's
think
the
it's
greatest
awesome.
experience that
Right,
they've ever had in their
exactly.
life. Like, for real,
And
it's
that's
valid.
it's that connection, that kind of giving, like you said, Teddy, is exactly what gloving was for, right? It wasn't really meant to critique people and try to give them tips and stuff like that, right? It was just to enjoy it.
Well, and I think some of that some of that actually is the fault of Amazing Lights. Not fault in a blame sense, but just in a
Well,
just
it's the
root and
responsibility
accountability.
of Amazing Lights. I mean, when I can say that.
No,
I can
because
say that,
I would.
I can say that for sure, because when I came into the scene, it was Amazing was at their prime, was at their peak, and their community push really pushed for both the idea of being the main event, but also the community aspect of it pushed for trading light shows. Like, there was some of their YouTube videos really pushed the idea that.
Did they really? I actually didn't know that.
No, actually, that's not where I was going with that. Actually, what I was actually talking about was they pushed the idea that gloving is for yourself. Like gloving it, like you are gloving for yourself. You're not gloving for anyone else, but you're gloving to express yourself, to be heard, to create an expression of yourself. And while that's not entirely untrue, that is definitely not the point of a light show. The point of a light show is to transport someone to another world without them having to take a single step or even get up from where they're sitting.
Yeah.
True.
So I think the issue with the disconnect of that is it goes from let me give you a show to let me show you what I've been doing. Let me show you with a show. And then there was that whole like showing off moves versus giving a light show that was the argument.
I remember that conversation. I do remember that conversation.
Yeah, I mean that was beaten to death, and the problem is that when you have that conversation with people that have differences in the foundation of what their art is, of what they were told their art is for, or what they're told the root of this is, or the base or the history of it. So it was just kind of a miscommunication that just didn't really get portrayed correctly. But to be fair, a lot of the people who were in it at the time probably weren't when Amazing pushed that kind of stuff in 2012. The people that could have stopped them, been like, hey, wait, that's not correct. They weren't exactly in a position to articulate that correctly. And I say that because I was one of those people. But
well, I think that's all valid. But what I was trying to say with the trading thing is the way they pushed the competition aspect of it throughout those years really pushed this image of sitting down with another glover, giving a person a light show, and then getting a light show back. They had this whole mentality of you're the main event, but then they had this huge brand of sitting down and trading light shows with someone. So that I think that's what kind of shifted that mentality of I'm going to be the main event, or I'm going to supplement the main event, I'm going to perform, to I'm going to seek out the others of my kind and do battle.
And also another thing is that another kind of fault, or like I guess not fault, another I guess consequence of that is that another consequence is that if you portray it as come trade light shows, that means like, oh, I don't glove, I couldn't show up, I don't give light shows, I just I'm just I just like getting them. I would, and so you're actually deterring people from just coming to enjoy the light show, which is literally the point.
Right.
So it's a reframing that, and I hate to be the plug here, but it's a reframing that You Got Moves is starting with, and it's what we're portraying with, of like, no, this is about your audience, not about you. I mean, yeah, it's for you, but it's about your audience. I think, yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's for you glove for yourself, but your performance is about the audience.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought of gloving like for other people, right? Like gloving was always something that was just for me. Like when I first started gloving, like I didn't even show anybody I was gloving until I was like 2 years in. Never went to a meetup, never talked to people, never posted anything, right? I just sat in my room and wiggled my fingers because I enjoyed it and it was fun, right? And that eventually, like, it turned into me getting introduced to Glover's Lounge, all that kind of stuff, and starting to post like as I got accustomed to it. But at the beginning, right, like I didn't care who saw. Like it didn't matter like what my moves were. Like I just did it because it was fun and like it was something I could do in my free time. It was definitely different, and the mindset completely changed. I don't know if that's because of like social media type stuff, but it probably is. But
it was the shift from, it was around the same time as the shift from YouTube to Facebook, and I don't know specifically what it was. 100%. But it was around that same time.
There's a lot of serotonin released when you see a lot of people, you can see a lot of notifications from a show you posted, stuff like that.
Don't tell me about it. I have a video going off on TikTok right now, and I'm just struggling to not sit there all day and refresh.
Yeah, exactly. Just refresh it and watch people like your video, watch the views go up, right? Like that's really hard because it feels good, right?
It does.
So everyone wants to achieve that feeling. They want to get their audience. They want to post shows. They want to be the best, that kind of thing.
there's definitely nothing wrong with that inherently, except when it comes to how people interact in real life, and I guess that's the only thing.
Right. I mean, I think that, yeah, so being the best, right, can be a personal thing. It can be something that you just do on your own. You don't compare yourself to other people. You just want to be the best for yourself. Or it becomes a competition, right, where you're trying to be better or do better or something, you know, than a specific person or something like that, or a whole community. And that becomes very, I don't know, that mindset is kind of toxic.
Well, one thing I always tried to portray, because I definitely agree with you that is there, and I definitely, in my earlier years, definitely did not do a good job of separating that negative portrayal from the idea that no, it is you versus the scorecard, or you versus you, period.
Yeah.
Like there's no, and the person you're going up against, it literally does not matter. You should be more concerned about who the judges are than who your opponent is.
Definitely.
And I think that people have this worry about their opponent, like, oh, maybe they're gonna beat me this. Like, well, if they're gonna beat me, they're gonna have to beat my best show, because I'm gonna throw a better show than I did last time. And if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. And the cool part, the idea also is that, you know, at the end of the day, no matter who wins after the show, you know, after the tournament, everybody's trading light shows, everybody's having fun, everybody's chilling, everybody's knocking one back,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a disconnect that a lot of people kind of assume, like, oh, well, they're super competitive, that means they're, like, you know, cutthroat and like an a-hole in person. It's like, no, there's a separation that happens, you know, and that can go a bunch of different ways. You know, whether it's me or anybody else, it's oh, hey, look, Trump's in the
Hey,
chat.
Trump.
Hey, buddy.
Andrew says, not Apex, whack. Well, guess what? In a total of, I don't know, however long it takes us to get through the rest of these questions, we're going to actually hop on some Apex in a little bit. So how about that there, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Snaps is in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Moderator, Wrench Boy. You are here. Late, but you know what? Better late than never.
Wait, who is Snaps? Do I know who that is?
Dustin Chow. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yes, he is my moderator. He is somehow managed to troll his way into moderation. I don't know.
Dude, it's always the people that do that. I swear, man.
I really don't.
Stick around the longest, and you're like, you know what? I guess I might as well give it to you. Like, you've been here since the beginning, man.
He's the one who started. Which, by the way, now that Justin's here, you're gonna have to glove upside down. He's the one who started the glove upside down trend. So you're gonna have to do that for us.
All right, we'll do our best. We'll see.
Well,
man, I haven't gloved in a year, let alone upside down, right?
Well,
on that note, I'm gonna head off, but please don't break your DSLR in your attempt to glove upside down. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm gonna even start to do it, but we'll see.
We believe in you.
What? Anyway, Sue, it was good talking to you, man.
Yeah,
Jest, pleasure as always.
Tedward, thank you for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
And YouGotMoves.com/G3. But yeah, let's see it. We got to see the glove upside down before we move on to the next question.
How do I even do this?
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the challenge. You have to be the one to answer that question. Now, I'm gonna tell you that there's really not a wrong answer to this. Okay, you can think outside of the box. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Because I'm thinking if I move this chair, my bed might be in frame, and I can just lay down, you know. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm trying to think how I would get sound and music. Wait, okay,
I'm currently listening to that Star Wars mix that I sent you.
Okay, I'm gonna get my speaker.
We can start it over
real quick.
once you. Hey, look,
No,
Cody's in the chat. Look
Hi,
at that.
Cody. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Y'all are homies, I take it, huh?
It's gonna work. Oh, right, because Discord is.
Chat, please smash that like button. Do me that favor. 7 of you degenerates have not done it yet.
Did it work? Can I hear?
I can hear. Can you hear?
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna get stuck. He's right.
Evan stuck his legs through the holes of his chair and like laid upside. That was funny. It's a solid solid occurrence.
I don't think how to get music to you guys, but I guess it doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't really matter. We'll sync up. We'll just start the mix at the same time. We'll sync up the mix, and they'll hear my version of it.
Get mad. Hold on. You hear this? Probably not.
No, but just count me in, and we'll start it from the beginning at the same time.
From the beginning? Okay. Give me
Yep.
a second. I got another ad. I gotta just buy YouTube.
Honestly,
you ready?
YouTube is the best music service. I will,
Dude,
and
it's
as
good,
long
man.
as like you have to pay for Spotify, it's better to pay for YouTube because YouTube has everything.
True.
Spotify has it, and then it has all the weird stuff too.
all right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. I gotta get moved. This is gonna be the hardest part of the whole thing. This is making sure I don't die.
We believe.
Oh God. Am I in frame?
You're very close to the bottom left corner. So if you move the camera just a little bit, you'll definitely be in frame.
Wait, I got it. Yeah?
There it goes. Yep, that's good. That'll do it.
Dude, this is gonna be so fucking hard.
Make sure you throw your signature move. Whatever you
I don't know what
consider
that is.
whatever you consider your signature to be. It's probably just a smile.
I have no idea if I'm in frame.
You're in frame. You're good. You got it. We need to get confirmation from Snaps. Snaps, does this qualify? Does this satisfy the demand? Does this confirm the requirement here?
What do we got, Snaps?
He's got a frown. He says he's got a frown if he wants to smile upside down.
Where has that? I can't even do that.
All right, so you gotta throw your meanest frown so that it's your smile upside down. There it is. There it is. Success. Thank you for your service. That was very well done.
Big W.
Big W. Doesn't Ethan live near me? Yeah, Andrew. He moved to Colorado recently. Where specifically, if you want to tell them?
I live like in Rhino, so just north of downtown, by like 10 minutes.
Nice.
I'm actually moving though in like a couple months.
Okay.
Sadly.
Well, maybe you and Trump can meet up and do things. That'd be cute.
Yes, sir.
He says 20 minutes from him, so yeah, y'all live close.
Wait, really? Wait, where do you live? I don't even know where he lives.
Y'all should take that to the DMs. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Don't need to dox yourselves on my stream.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. Definitely not, actually.
But let's see here. We were doing some more questions, and then we got distracted by the upside down thing. Let's see. Are you credited with any innovation in the gloving techniques in the meta? And
I would say no.
Nothing.
I don't think so. Not like an actual technique or anything.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid. The thing about gloving techniques is there's really not too many people who have actually created new things. So
yeah,
that's valid. How about this? Do you know what kickstarted the community in Michigan when you started?
What kickstarted it?
Yeah.
Our group did. The group that I initially joined was the group that carried everything, pretty much. We did everything. We put everything together, all the meetups, all the parties, all of the everything. We were the ones who bought like supplies, all that kind of stuff.
Was there one
Introduce people,
defining
met
event
people.
that kind of really was like, all of a sudden there was momentum in the community, or was it just a stockpile of small?
I don't know if there was a one
consistencies?
defining event, but there was probably a series of like a year or two where we were going really hard, right? Like this is the first year that we had like solidified ourselves as a group. So when we went to festivals anywhere as a group, or there were any of us there, we always met up and always tried to talk to other people, right? Other glovers, other people that we saw in the community. Most of us went to like Electric Forest, which was really cool. And the shows we went to were all local shows, so it was really easy, right? If you saw another person gloving that you wasn't part of the community, you would just go up to them, talk to them, invite them to a meetup, right? You would do this everywhere. Anything that was inside of Michigan, you would always just do that. And that was the coolest part, because then at that point we started adding people, right? And once you add 5 people at compounds, right, they have 5 friends. Each of them have a couple of friends that they bring in. You know, each of those people have a couple of friends they bring in. And after I think a couple of years, I think it was 2 or 3 years of doing that, we went from a group, a pretty consistent community of like 5 or 6 to almost like a couple hundred within our like Facebook groups and stuff, which was really cool. And we had a consistent like 40 or 50 people that would do all the big events at least with us.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So, what are the local teams in your area, and when were they founded?
The only team that I knew of was SPK. There was another team though, and I don't remember the name of it now.
Dot, I think.
Dot. Yes, thank you, Dot. Those were the 2 teams. When I
I've
first
done my
started.
research.
You remember that? Because I did not. Yeah.
No,
Jamie would literally hang me if I forgot the name of this
Yeah.
team. But yeah, those are the 2 teams when I first started. SPK was on the west side of the state. Dot was on the east side of the state.
Nice. Which years were the most active in terms of new glovers finding out about your community? So when were those 2 years of you guys compounding?
It was the peak years for me as well. So 2015, 2016, 2017.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know how to describe your regional style meta? And do you know who was responsible for shaping that meta?
Actually, our regional style meta is super technically heavy, which is funny because my style does not represent the state whatsoever. The majority of the glovers in my state are people more similar to like Minnesota type glovers and like
Sure.
like your style, right? It's like super cluster heavy, very technical, lots of grid work, a slower movement, not much like exaggerated musicality and stuff like that. That was and still is the majority of people inside of the state that glove. And that was probably started by people in DOT, and then also the introduction of our community meeting people outside of our state, right? So meeting all of you guys, all the Minnesota glovers, Ben, you, those guys, when you guys came and visited and talked to us and showed us this kind of stuff, like that really took hold, for sure in our state.
Yeah, I definitely have to put a name in your mouth. Vincent Van Flo definitely had a huge
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad you mentioned him.
huge influence on shaping the regional
Yes.
I've heard someone describe it as an accent. Their gloving accent was
his style is exactly what people try to go for, but to a point where like he was so far ahead of whatever at the time that it didn't even really matter. No one could do what he was doing. Like
right.
my brain just couldn't. I remember the first time I ever saw one of his shows, and it was so complicated that at the time my brain just couldn't comprehend what was going on. I had no idea what was happening, like zero.
That's valid. It's still to this
Yeah.
day, you'll look at some of the things he's doing and you'll realize, wait a minute, he's doing digital liquid that makes sense,
Yes.
but like doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but he was doing it like years ago, right? before the gloving scene even knew what digital liquid was, before
Right.
like the dance influence even took hold in that sense, at least in my state, right? Like, because we were pretty new. Yeah, we that was I'm
Well,
so
that's
glad
the
you
thing
remembered.
is he had that confluence, that Floasis influence,
Yes.
which is conveniently enough what influenced me prior to even knowing what gloving was finding out how to do the hand wave from Floasis. But like
right.
Vinny took that to a whole nother level because he was
Yes.
studying and friends with Hadoken and all those guys
Yeah.
anyways. So
And their style is so grid heavy, right?
mhm.
Hadoken especially. Like I remember when I first saw some of his YouTube videos, Vinny told me to watch them, and I mean, like again, like it was to a point where I'd never actually seen someone do what he was doing in the way that he was doing it at that time. It was so complicated and so precise, and I could tell that he had spent so many years, right, perfecting this and figuring out where you can move, how you could move. The different hinges and points that he was using were just like things I'd never seen before, and it was really, really cool.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, that regional accent is definitely
Yeah. Oh, it's cool.
Hadoken, hints of
Yeah.
Hadoken and Vincent Van Flo.
It's 100%.
The next question was about to be who are the local celebrity glovers and what teams do they belong to, but I think we've already answered that by saying Vincent and
Yeah.
and Damien and
Vincent and Damien were definitely the two biggest ones for sure.
I think Ruse lived in Michigan. No, he lived in Wisconsin. He was a
Yeah, I don't
Wisconsin
think-
glover.
yeah.
Never mind. But yeah, those are the two big ones I would say, and they belong to Dot, so that definitely answers that question. And is there anything other than those things that we just discussed that your region is known for?
Gloving wise, I don't think so. I was always very boastful of our community though, like I told you before, of being very friendly and open.
Sure.
That's something that I think that our community is definitely known for. Just
I other than
I wanna
that, I'd
meet
have to give
everybody.
you guys
help everybody.
the host of Electric Forest as
Yeah, exactly.
as a Glover mecca in the Midwest. But other than that, I don't really know if there's anything you guys could really sort of claim that's not a festival like that.
I don't think so. I know that there was a point in time where we were trying to get things like that started, certain meetups, competitions, stuff like that. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah, it does.
And when you're a smaller community, right, that can't really support itself in that way, that money has to come from somewhere, right?
Yep.
A person who puts on a festival has to pay for that, the venue, the judging, whatever it is, right? That
Right.
goes into putting on a competition. They have to pay for that out of pocket, and we're 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, right? Like none of us have like a couple $1,000s to throw at a weekend that we're never gonna get back, right? So it's really tough to get that stuff started without community or like organizational help, right? So the reason why I think that it did really well in other states is because they had sponsors, and those companies then would help them put those competitions on, fund them in certain ways, help with publicity and getting like the competition out there, stuff like that we just didn't see because we didn't have that kind of community.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, You Got Moves definitely understands that it does not take, or that it does not happen for free
Yes, no,
to
it's very expensive.
put things on. It is very expensive.
Even small competitions, right? Like
Yep.
G3, I'm sure is like I've already been looking at a little bit of it. It looks really large, right? Like this is a big production.
We're
that you guys are
definitely
putting
trying
on.
to
It's cool.
put the IGC vibes into
Yeah,
this,
right?
into this
But,
event.
like,
So
Think about how much that like IGC costs to put on like for a company. Like that's a huge competition. That's a big undertaking
definitely,
and a lot of planning for a lot of people. So it's
definitely
awesome you guys are doing
costs the dollars, but we're gonna make it happen.
Yes.
And it's also these guys in the community that are buying the shirts and buying the tickets and doing all this stuff ahead of time. You guys are directly funding this event, so that's how this is happening. I also will take this opportunity to remind you guys it is Thursday, so if you buy gloves, yougotmoves.com/gloves during the stream, I'll be able to tell. I will send you extra stuff. That's just what we do here. Extra goodies on Thursdays for the stream. But that is the end of the questions that I have for our friend Ethan here. So at this point, we can get into some games if you want to do that.
Sweet. Yeah, let's do it, man.
Sure.
I'm down.
All right, so I'm just gonna reconfigure here a little bit. And Vio says if you need a G3 ticket, he may be able to help. That's right. Vio's doing a G3 ticket giveaway. So that's
Nice.
a pretty big deal, and we very much appreciate him for that. distracted by my own finger wiggles. Imagine that.
Crazy, right?
Imagine that.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the restroom before we get started.
Alright. Apex Legends. Andrew Trump, Apex time. Yes, it is. We're going to play some Apex Legends. I also want to let you guys know I'm not going to be streaming next week. Next Thursday is the first time in months that I will not be doing a weekly stream. And the reason for that is Infrasound weekend next week. And the only opportunity I will have to stream next week is actually going to be Monday. And I don't think I'm going to. I might play some video games on Monday for a short stream. I do not believe that I'm going to. So play it by ear. Next week was the only time I was going to be on time. Well, I guess that sucks for both of us now, doesn't it? Yeah, Infrasound is next week. I will be at the festival on Thursday. If I have service, I might be able to stream from my phone for like a little bit, which might be fun, but it also might not be that cool. So, you know, like I said, Thursday next week there will be no stream. Just fucking stream from Infra. Like I said, if I can stream from my phone, if I got the service, the bandwidth to do it, and it's just not choppy bullshit, then I'll try it. Sure.
At a festival, you're really hoping for a lot.
That's what they're saying. Like I'm telling them, there's no stream. There's gonna be no stream next weekend. And they're like, just stream from Infra, and I'm like, I'm not sure that that's gonna work. But if I have, listen, I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to give it a shot.
Like, have you ever tried to find your friends? You see all those green text messages going through, man? Like
that's hilarious. Yeah, it'll just instead of using internet or Wi-Fi, I'll just use my thoughts and prayers in order to make the stream
exactly.
work.
I mean, they're just as effective in that scenario.
Yeah,
essentially.
Definitely. Oh, jeez. Ready to launch. Play game. I hope I didn't have to update. That would be just my luck.
I don't know how long it's been since you played.
I definitely haven't played this season. I think my game auto updates still, so I
it
should.
Should. If you have it set up, then you should.
I should still auto update. I'm pretty sure, but like, it would just that would be just my luck, honestly. So far, so good. Dave says, I'll see you at Infrasound on Thursday night. Heck yeah, Dave.
Where's Infra?
Infra is in Minnesota.
Oh, that's the Minnesota festival.
Yeah,
okay.
it's the one that I recommend to everybody. If you ever get a chance to go, go. If you ever get a chance to go, let me know and I'll take you.
Is it same time every year?
No, actually, it's been kind of sporadic these last few years for various reasons, but
I mean, it makes sense with COVID and everything else going on.
Yeah. They used to do 2 a year, and then it was around this time at that point when they were doing 2 a year. So it really makes me. They did Infrasound, and then they would do Infrasound Presents Equinox, which is just like two different events, but by the same production company and 6 months apart. One at the beginning of the summer, or one at the beginning of spring, and one at the end of fall. And the idea was, I don't really know what the idea was, except it was just like the same festival twice, and everybody loved it.
I mean, hey, why fix what's broken, right? Why not do it twice?
And the reason they stopped doing it is because they moved the festival, and the year they moved the festival, they got rained on so fucking hard that like it fucked up the schedule for the rest of the year. And then from there, the new venue just was like a shit show, and then they moved to another new venue last season, 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And this new venue's good, so I think they've got everything straightened out, and they're gonna figure out how to get it back going to Equinox again. So that's my short summary on the history of infrasound?
No, yeah, I've been told by, I can't even count the amount of people to go to Infra. So many people have told me to go to that festival. Mostly when I lived back in
Really?
Michigan, just because it was so close. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then, I suppose.
It was really close to me when I lived back there. It was probably like a 6-hour drive, but even at that point, like I knew a bunch of people and stuff in Minnesota from that community that would have been more than happy to help, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Where's my viewer? What the heck's going on here? Video capture device. DSLR, yes please. Thank you. There we go. Excuse me, that's enormously big. Okay, there we go. Alright. Problem solved. I don't think we're friends on Apex yet, so that's
No, I don't think so.
Something we should deal with. Find friend. What's your
here, I'll type it to you. It's my Korean name. And if there's somebody else with this name, well, I don't know what to tell you. I sent it to you in a Discord DM.
Discord DM. Search. There's only one of them.
Nice. I was gonna say, I'd be really surprised if there was another. Time to add me too. I think I don't have him added actually. His is please revive me, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's please revive me with 2 eyes, I think.
I got it.
Andrew, are you on right now?
Yeah, is Andrew on a play?
Or are you?
Oh, he's
I
in
think
the.
he's working.
Oh, I am in the PM club actually. That probably helps too.
Now that Josh is playing name games, he's gonna ignore us. No, I'm not. Why would I ignore you? Mini soda. Why are you talking about small soft drinks? Andrew says he's working, but he can get on. You should, maybe hop in for a little bit.
I'm working, but I can get on.
I'm gonna invite.
At first it sounded like a no.
I'm gonna invite Thor, and I'm gonna invite.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
I'll DM JJ too, because I know he wanted to play.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
JJ was helping me build my PC. I'm building a water-cooled PC. I got a 3080.
Oh, nice, dude. Hell yeah.
It's got a Ryzen 5600, I think.
Okay. Hell yeah. That's a nice CPU.
I built myself a slapper of a machine.
You built yourself the PC.
the
literally
PC.
the PC.
The one.
That's nuts. That's nuts, dude. Yeah, I have a PC. I actually had a 3080 and I sold it for a 2080 Ti.
That's kind of valid,
I used to have
honestly.
a
I picked it up. I picked it up because someone in our Apex chat was like, "Oh, JJ said it's the 5900X actually." So he would know.
Oh, that's what I have. I have the 5900X too.
Okay.
Dude, that
so
CPU
JJ
is a
can't play
fucking
with us
beast.
anyways. He is doing his work at the moment.
Trump said he's getting on.
But we can run some duos if we want.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I think you are in charge. Oh, you are in charge. Look at that.
I am down for whatever.
Do you play M and key or do you play controller?
Yes, I'm a mouse and keyboard player.
Okay, cool. I am a controller player.
Okay.
I just got into PC gaming only like 2-ish years ago, so I've got most of my experience on controller, so I never switched.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with that. When I built my PC, was it 2 years ago now? Just about 2 years. That's when I switched. I had played controller my whole life, but
That makes sense.
once I built my PC, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Make the switch. It took me probably about 6 months before I was getting to a point where I was better than when I was on controller, but it took me a long time.
Yeah, I honestly could. I keep telling myself I was gonna make the switch, and I was gonna make the switch when I built a PC. So now that I have actually built a PC, I'm running out of excuses. I just have to actually finish this thing and plug it in and see how things work from there.
Personally, I enjoy playing on mouse and keyboard more than I did in controller. I think that the skill ceiling is a little bit higher for certain games,
Yeah,
especially games like Apex.
Yeah, for sure.
There are certain games where, yeah, there are certain games where like controller is way better or just more fun.
We're jump master
But
duty.
Apex is not one of those games for me.
I'm Jump Master. I'm the Jump Master.
Gonna grab a bag.
Alright, put some more good.
Where's Skulltown? Why haven't they brought Skulltown back yet?
Dude,
thought they were
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
that.
No, they took it out after.
Well, I remember when they
wow,
blew
so-
it up, but I saw leaks about them bringing it back. I thought they were gonna do that.
Is there a team here? Yeah, there is a team here.
There's probably a team here.
Good old Masters boy landing right on us.
An enemy landed in
Get on my way,
Okay, I'm
fucker.
dead.
Nope, he's dead.
Enemy down.
Masters trail for what, buddy? What you got that Masters trail for?
Ah, she left the game. What a bitch.
Oh, she's got. There's a guy inside with you. Only hit him 33. They're really lost.
Oh god. I have a gun.
Me and you are down.
Hey.
Got these.
That's the last of that squad.
That guy just super glided at me. I respect to him for even doing that. That was actually impressive.
That's that Masters for you, I guess.
That guy just, yeah, I mean, that was. Gotta give him props.
Yeah, but you're just better, apparently. So.
I mean, he didn't shoot his gun, all he did was slide at me. It was still cool. But yeah, kind of hard to kill somebody.
Yeah, I got a gun.
Champions no longer.
Nice,
half
let's
the
go.
battle. Half the
There
battle.
we go.
Part of the solution. The one thing that is cool that I figured out is that you actually can tap strafe on controller if you run through Steam.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, because you can remap the key, right, or whatever.
So you can,
Is
yeah,
that what
you
it
can
is?
remap through the Steam controller, and you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
also
yeah.
multiple bind. And since you can multiple bind, you can also turn on the turbo mode, which makes a button
okay.
act like a scroll wheel. So essentially,
Ah, interesting.
the way that it works is my trig or my stick, my left stick, my movement stick, works like a normal stick as long as I'm on the ground. But anytime I press the jump button and hold the jump button, that stick turns into a 4-directional thing that mimics ASDW.
That's cool.
So at that point, I can
Is it landing on us?
Thought
I don't know. I heard
fly.
something.
Thought
Maybe it's something
I
else.
thought I was flying.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah. That's cool. I have seen some people messing around with that.
The ring's our neighbour, pals, and we've got about a minute to find her.
No, I am getting looked at. There's so many.
I bet they're
Top?
above us. Yeah, I hear him.
I was gonna say, I feel like I fucking heard something.
Not deployed. Rings near, darlings. We've got a whole
can't climb
45
here.
seconds of free time.
Oh, he is up top.
New kill leader.
He just threw it. Oh god.
I think I hear another team.
We're close to the ring.
Either that or
Okay.
their other friend is somewhere else.
One just jumped down in front of me. I just cracked that guy for 81.
Yeah, there's another team.
Yeah, there is another team. Let's just kill these
fighting
guys.
each other.
Where's this guy? Oh, there's one right underneath me. He's taking his kill.
42.
Yeah, he's dead. I'm gonna take his kill.
Reloading.
Oh, you found him?
No, he's the down guy.
Oh, here he is. Oh, that guy had a shotgun.
With an enemy shield.
Uh-oh. There's an entire other team here again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just play it like. Don't worry about it too much. There should be at least 3 people here right now.
Oh my god, I'm bad at this game.
We just got third
I
party
shouldn't
by
have
3
wasted
different
my
teams.
time shooting that drone. I don't know why I did.
That seems more your speed.
No, that's not a bad play. Shooting the drone's not a bad idea at all.
I just didn't want to. Yeah, I just didn't want to have them have that information on where I was about
Yeah,
to go.
yeah. For the most part, shooting the drone is always the right play. Even if you die for it, right? Like shooting it is always a good idea.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Trump boy.
Being stranded in space for a spell certainly brings out the fight in a lassie.
It's showtime.
That voice in your head? Trust it.
Wait, has the new season not dropped? I thought the new character was out.
No, it's like 4 or 5 days. 4 days, something like that. It's soon. It's really soon. I think it's 4 days. Yeah, I'm excited.
Down low, too slow. You didn't even look like you were having fun. Come on, lighten up, amigo.
Where do we
Down
want to
low,
go?
too slow.
Dropping in. Hang on.
I can stream snipe you now.
Stream snipe me from my
From your own
from my team. Yeah, that makes sense.
That does make sense,
It's an
actually.
alternate angle on the enemies.
What do you think is over here?
Yeah, I suppose I have to do less communicating, huh?
He still
What
might
the
wanna
fuck were you
communicate.
thinking? Well, just go look. What do you mean?
Eating shit at the Master Chill last game.
Party inside.
Almost
Yeah, that
off,
poor
man.
guy.
Just because they're a master does not mean they're not gonna get smacked around.
First blood.
Not by
Yeah,
me though. I'm
people
bad
that-
at this game, but like, you know.
I can all the people that say something about me when I just run at them and die after play like 8 hours of ranked.
Yeah, I feel the same way sometimes, but I don't have any like my badges on.
When I'm looking for group posts,
Extended
or
light
when I'm like
Level
solo
3.
queuing, just do like no fill and I just take all my shit off, because otherwise I'll just get messaged and people are like, oh nice masters 4K. I'm like, first of all, this is duos and I'm playing without a teammate. Second of all, I've been playing rank and I just want to shoot my gun, man. Give me a rank.
Oh, that's gonna kick.
Where's
Yeah,
all
people
the
get
teams
weird.
at, though?
I don't know. I've been running around in circles.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of just
I really haven't really been effective with my looting. I actually ran through the same building twice, so.
I need to find a shield. We all
I'm
need to find shields.
PK, so
I mean, I got a car stun. I like
Hit the
it.
ejector seat. Careful.
As long as they don't have like a red shield,
if
I'm
I
back
hit
going.
someone with 4 bullets, I'll get a blue.
Gotta hop up here.
Oh, I need that turbo for sure. I need both
Debs
of those.
dear.
Turbo
Faster,
alert.
faster, faster.
I'm gonna get them both. I don't need. Hold on, dude.
Well, there's 2 of them? What the fuck?
Oh, never mind, darlings.
Energy mag.
Two,
Did
oh
I
yeah,
grab
two,
2
yeah.
turbochargers?
No, there was 2 energy mags. That's what I was saying. I pinged the other one. And you dropped
Oh
one. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh,
There's 2.
Go.
Alright, let's go somewhere. I
I
want to
got
shoot a
turbochargers.
piece.
Yeah, I'm dumb. It's about that time.
Where are you going?
Another soft landing.
I don't know. Why am I in charge?
It's go time.
I should not be the one leading us around here. Blind leading the blind.
So, neither of them are for guiding anybody anywhere.
In progress. Good, we're inside.
Throwing jump pad.
Oh, are you kidding?
Nice. Correct.
Can't sneak around. But
Oh, why did I jump off?
frag out. Crack the bad dude shield.
Your package coming in.
Alright, it's correct.
Charge my shield.
Pretty good. Hippopotamus.
Singularity deployed. Car keys.
Oh, they're about to get knocked by that.
Down.
Chasing this wraith.
That one's out for the count.
Knocked wraith.
Went straight down.
Taking fire. Yo, cracked an enemy shield. Half toast, half to roast. Reloading. Charging shields. Come on, come on.
I hear people. I got smoked by this.
Whoa. The Gibby's so low, the Maggie's ulted me. She used her entire ult just to me. So,
Maggie's right here on the outside.
Right here.
Getting shot at.
Good try.
ready. I think he was actually. Wingman is kind of busting. Aim is. I think Maggie's ult is probably one of the more annoying ones.
What are you waiting for? Let's do this.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's very situational, but I've got a Gibby one shot and almost cracked another one, and I just shut the door, and I see them on the other side of the door, and instead of like a normal thing happening, like me getting a bat off or padding away, I just get a ball of death through, bounces me 5 yards away and pushed by two of them. I'm like, bro, go heal. Go heal. I hit for 160 on blue, you've got 25 health, go heal.
Is Maggie meta or is she just annoying?
Used her, Mark used her for all of ranked. Essentially, yeah, we went from bronze to masters playing, he was playing Maggie the whole time last, not this current split, but last split on Olympus.
Sue, you're making me nervous.
Here we go. Ready?
Okay, alright. You had a plan. You had a plan. I like this area.
Yeah, I've got on the.
Me and Newt are heading that way.
Wait, what? Whoa. Are you ready? Hey, okay.
This is weak, very weak. I did 150.
Turn around, watch your back. Watch your back, Ethan. I've got 2 Mozambiques. I'm not really living my best life here. Listen right now. This is so real.
I'm relatively safe. Never mind, I am not safe. I am the opposite of safe. F in the chat.
We should go here.
Stick Josh next time.
Let me tell you.
Science didn't sleep, and neither do we, right, Newt?
Introducing your champion.
Hey, snap.
Land there.
Ah, this map's fun, right? I still don't know it very well.
The booty hole. Right game. Yeah.
There's 4 teams? Oh, this is terrifying.
Thanks, jump jets.
That's terrifying.
Am I there?
Recharging my shields.
I'm going out. Fried that guy. He's got 60 health left.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
Hello, within the horizon 1. Good by now, but
Heal, heal, heal.
Broken.
The entire squad falls.
I'm out of ammo. I need light ammo. I have 0 bullets. There's right here. West.
Up to here.
On me.
You kill leader. Like
Knocked. got knocked. Valkyrie right here. Good try, good try.
Another one bites the dust. And I leave a lot of dust.
Play Gibby maybe. Yeah, I can play Gibby. Is Gibby good right now?
Sick.
Should I switch to the Gibraltar boy? The Gibraltar? The altar of Jibs? Sir?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Are you prepared to do the thing?
You want me to play Gibby? Oh, you want me to I thought I was readied up.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah.
My bad.
Hey, come and get it.
Jibby.
Follow me if you want to win.
If you're with me, I'm with you.
Introducing your champion. Good luck, legends.
Got a good feeling about this area.
Hell yeah, brother.
Here we go. Ready up.
I'm gonna land like down here though.
Explore this way.
Let's explore this way.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
Okay, I got guns.
I don't. One crack.
Oh, there's people there.
Showing some cover for my brothers.
Help on if you need it.
Beginning ring countdown. Attention.
I'm already up. They're coming for me now though.
Next to you.
I've been downed.
Oh yeah. Last man's got your back.
I'm getting shot.
And I gotcha.
Where's my fucking dome? Sitting there spamming my dome because it was on off cooldown and it was not going.
My P20 was hitting. Just to be annoying with it. You know, a lot of messed up combos, but P20 and a bow check is probably really almost at the bottom of that list.
Just give me a shot.
Of combos that I
It's
ever
not a
wanna have.
combo you want to have, honestly. No.
In like the closest range fight, dude, like, just give me a shotgun, I'll aim assist them all point blank, dude. You got me a P20, got me fucked up, man. What bit the bow check? Oh man. Imagine landing on the 301. Must be nice.
Come by Casa de Octane for a cold one.
Huh. No.
I'm ready today. I'm ready.
I was really deviant-kitted. I had a bruiser and a purple mag, just like on my P20.
The skies belong to me.
Tragic.
Also points, but like
Hostile over there.
they all healed. It was just like students. Six teams. One left. I think we've landed on each other every game. Oh my god.
Got it.
He's tapping! He's tapping! I can hit him!
Shield up. Recharging shield. Heads up, grenade.
I'm going. I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't either.
No good. I've been down.
Tragic. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about it.
I just don't really like my loot, and I don't get. I've been working on not dropping hot like this and playing a little bit outside so I can get guns, and because these are I want to like really grind wins instead of kills. And
By working on that, you mean trying to be disciplined as to not just drop hot every time?
Yes, because
Yeah.
I am the most aggressive person that I know. So I am working on disciplining myself and landing further away from teams, and then kind of poking and moving in as
Repulsors, check.
the fight allows me to,
Check.
instead of putting myself in the middle of 3 times,
Check.
like 3 teams, and like knocking one on every team and cracking everybody else, and then dying and being like, oh, they're all low. But I'm dead. So yeah, 'cause I really want to grind wins next season. Aside from ranked, I just want to like really play for the win.
Run fast, hit fast.
I only done it.
Well, I like winning, so we can do that. If you're trying to do that, if that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like 2 tournaments so far. I play in private lobbies kind of regularly, and then I've been masters
What can I
every
say?
split
Split's
for the
what
past
really
2 seasons.
changes a girl.
That's very impressive. impressive, my guy.
Yeah, the 10 private lobbies are completely different, even from ranked. It's pretty crazy. Like, just a whole other play style. Good up, my man.
Lot of the landing's one of my specialities.
It's fun, especially if you get like a decent team to roll with too.
For science.
It took me like 2 days of like really struggling to get from Diamond 4 to Diamond 3, just like solo and duo queuing.
There's 2 teams.
And then last weekend I played with my friend Tony and Mark, who like that's our squad, you know? And oh, I'm coming.
Eyes on the map. Next ring's not close.
All those hooligans are down for the count.
And we went from Diamond 3 to Masters
Give me a sec.
in 1 day. And then the next day, we helped Mark go from Diamond 2 to Masters.
It's impressive.
Charging on my shield.
Down here. Taking a knee.
Got one of those health drones?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I've got a health drone.
Using meds. Come on. Wrap it up.
Healing up. Give me a sec.
Are you gonna play Newcastle when it comes out?
Shields recharging.
Effectively replacing
Planning to.
Lifeline?
No, he's gonna be playing Newcastle. He's been playing Gibby and Caustic to prep himself for it.
Who?
And I'll probably
Tony?
keep playing
Or-
Octane.
Not Tony,
Mark.
Mark, yeah.
Have ammo. Just kidding. I lied.
I need energy ammo.
Frag out.
Pad over there.
We pick me up. Fire in the hole.
Oh, sorry, they're grappling up too.
Fire it. Broken enemy shield. Eat thermite. Broken enemy
Where are
shield.
they?
Engaging. Taking fire. Crack the Badger shield. Reload.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
No trouble
Help.
here.
Reloading.
Enemies right here.
Killed an enemy.
Aggressive.
Downed one. Shield up. Hey, no worry, bro. You gonna be okay. Jump right
Like,
through.
just sat back. She was crouching in the corner at first, and then had a rampage and just held down the trigger, and then went right back to the corner. I don't know what she was doing.
Ring's closing in 45 and we're right next door.
You're dead
Somebody
brilliant,
asked
that
it makes
is.
sense, okay? Hey, that's a...
It definitely didn't make sense. Didn't make Alex either. So I'll
Eye sharp. The ring.
It's go time.
let me just. Oh, so much light ammo.
I think we could all use a pick-me-up. Half the squads are gone.
I'm excited for the flatline to be on ground loop again. Like, you can
Is
always
that
just craft
what,
one,
is
but
that why I haven't seen the flatline? Is it a care package weapon?
yeah, it's Gator.
Wow.
No,
Right.
you just
Shafting.
use yourself one.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Oh, you can craft it now? What? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, next season it's gonna be the 301.
So you can only craft it. And is that how they're taking things out of the loot pool?
Crafty, hold up for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jump that out.
Okay, where are we going?
Abstract. Stop.
Care package dropping from low orbit.
Where are we going? We should go to the ring. Go to the
I just ham scan. Oh,
They
run.
never shoot through this.
You. He just getting turned around and ran.
They said
I
no.
killed the fear.
Maybe it was a solo. Scanned all of us and said nope.
Oh, it's funny. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. He's spawning. You guys that way. I'm gonna do some dirty things to this man. They're running towards you guys.
Taking fire! Yo, cracked an enemy.
How are you? Absolutely one shot. And the other one's on me too. You guys got a 2v1 over there. I kind of hope they kill me because I only hit that dude for like 170 followers, 74. Oh, okay.
Jimmy's got your back. Move it.
Charging shields.
No. There's one. Wanna kill me again?
Took him down. No more numpties. They built him tougher than Maddie.
I promise you that dude, I literally left him with 1 health. There's no way.
Charging shields. Come on, come on.
There's just no way. Like, wow.
If you see Havoc, let me.
And they too. They absolutely, whoever you guys killed over here got absolutely just left for dead. So I'm at my. Why are they like this? Can we get a Valkyrie out of here?
Yeah, definitely.
Where's up on you? I feel like Valk for this map is borderline essential.
Oh yeah, huh? You really can't get around some places.
So it's you, Ethan. Where have you been? I forgot that you lived out here. I don't leave my house either, but nice to at least kick it for the one time. Honey, I'm moving too. Yeah, take it. Where are you planning on moving to? Ooh, upgrade. That's an upgrade in my opinion.
Wait a second. I muted him. Is that why I'm not hearing him? Because he muted himself in Discord? I muted him so there wouldn't be an echo, and now I gotta fix it. Hang on 1 second. That explains why I've not heard him this whole time.
You're taking fire.
Pulling the trigger.
Thermite grenade.
Not?
Being shot at.
Y'all got it, right?
Yeah. I cracked one.
Calling the airstrike.
It's pushing me.
What? Oh, surviving. I'm dead. I'm literally just dead. Wow, I can never do help.
Oh, this guy's one shot.
No, he got the.
One.
Unleashing my sensuality.
There's a Octane down by you. Damn.
Oh, I went to go fight a different team and knocked one, and then watched you guys fighting and came back. And as soon as I came back, waiting for everybody else.
Ethan, did you mute or is my shit bugging?
No, I did inside Discord.
Okay.
Because I thought we were just talking.
I was waiting for everybody else to come out of the fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know. I was very lost that whole time.
Waiting for everybody else to come out of the ring, I went into the ring to kill people. I knocked a dude and cracked a guy, and got shot in my back, and realized that you guys were fighting that team because I thought it was maybe just a solo that went to go heal. And then I came back, and there's one that was sitting inside of the Horizon ult, and it was their ult, and I thought it was yours.
It's so funny, Ethan.
What?
Right as you threw your tack, I threw my tack, and your tactical bounced my dome away from where I was trying to throw it.
Damn, that's just
I ended up using your tactical, and it was like fine. But I was like, well, that was not what I was expecting. I was trying to throw the dome on you for cover so that we'd be able to keep fighting that dude who was pushing you.
Yeah.
And it just bounced it away. Bong.
Maniac. The Valk hit me for like 75, and the Octane just stemmed and ran right at me.
All right, pal. Let's go change
That's what I
life.
do.
Right, dears. Time for a bit of a float.
Back to the pred.
I'm not just about explosions. I also know about stuff. Like winning.
All right, it's a great day to be Jumpmaster.
The fuck I am.
I'm the Jumpmaster. Try to keep up. Can you feel the speed? Yeah, baby.
So there's one team to the right. 3 teams east.
One team on drop.
Yeah, let's go kill
Yeah,
these
they're
guys.
Check out over there.
They're laying in the back and laying in the middle. They're laying in the back. They're laying right in the middle.
Oh, they all landed in the back.
Yeah, I don't
One
know.
landed middle.
Oh, shit. The guy ran at the team. There's a blue shield on
Yeah, you know.
Taking fire.
Blue shield.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Guy behind you.
Cracked an enemy shield.
Whole team behind you. I missed every shot. I'm even kidding you when I say every shot.
I cracked 2 of them.
Knocked one.
The lifeline cracked, and the rampart up here is.
Peek me.
Another wee pick me up.
Come on, bro. You just got your back.
She just shielded me.
Shit.
That's the last of them, amigo. Oh yeah.
I'm using a Phoenix kit, pals.
I don't know why they didn't land in the middle.
Get out of back. Over here.
I hit the one for like 60 and then just turned around and jumped on top of the lifeline, cracked her on blue shield.
Yeah, I hit like 1 bullet and knocked her, I think.
Yeah, I knew I was just putting out damage.
Gotta heal.
I
Taking
have
a
to
knee.
heal this 1 bullet, 1 damage.
Wait, I believe there's a couple teams there.
We could check out here.
Tell you what, this PC is, or this
Heavy ammo here.
laptop has worked so much better since I got it fucking cleaned.
I bet cleaning most things typically improves them.
New kill leader. Heads up.
Except you're not that.
I actually dropped a lot of stuff there.
Hells yeah. Half the squads are toast.
Alright.
Well, loot then.
Ring closes in a minute.
Got to checkpoint.
Not too far, but we should hustle, guys.
You have for work-related things, or just to switch it up?
Say
What'd
again?
you say?
often are you moving to Austin for work-related things, or just for a new change of environment?
A couple of things actually. One work-related thing is
Closing in 30.
I'm doing like this coding boot camp. So my uncle lives down there, and he's a software engineer. He can help me get a job. And then also just like
Cool.
pace. I mean, I haven't been in Denver very long, but I never really planned on staying here very long. It was just kind of to get out of my hometown.
10 seconds. Rings close.
Fair
Unless you're looking for a wee sunburn, best keep your wits about you.
It's a good start.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's incredible. Like, I love this city. Honestly, if I didn't have like a job lined up, I would still be here.
Target spot.
Yep, it's nice.
They're inside, they're inside, they're inside, they're inside.
Grenade out.
Thermite grenade.
Hi, buddy. I'm getting charged from a different team? Or is it not same team? The Horizon team's not there.
Oh my god, I just got swooped up on from behind. I'm kind of playing bad, and I apologize.
Sometimes it's just lovely to get some air, right?
This is what I get for not playing, ever.
Just stay alive, John.
You know, what's funny is I was doing so good, and I was trying to get to you, and then I got trapped on the wrong side of a door.
Just bait me. Just bait me the entire game. I'm so serious, because I go around for the flank, and I help Ethan with like the last 30 health on that Bloodhound, and then I start shooting the other one, and then I'm having like a 1v1 with a lifeline, because she somehow was also behind me from outside and had a purple shield, and I almost ended up killing her too, but got pushed by the other one. So if you just bait me, because they're probably all just gonna look at me, should be good to go.
Good to know.
Right on. I helped this kid go from platinum first time, and I just told him every time, I was like, bro, just see behind me, like, just don't walk, like, pretend there's a line in front of me and just stay behind me. And he was like, okay, I can do that. I'm like, yeah, it's simple. And then I'm like, yo, there's a team here. I'm looking at this Bloodhound, and he's like, okay, and then steps in front of me, goes around a corner, and just gets beaten by 2 guys. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't go around the corner there. Yeah, just stay behind me, like I said.
This is your champion.
Oh, it's opening season, you gotta love it. Or not. Whatever you want, I guess.
I'm Jump Master. I'd say fasten your
Have game
seatbelts, but
awareness
it's
to
not
some
that kind of
degree.
ride.
The fuck I am.
I'm the jump master. This time. Dropping in. Hang on. Let's explore this way.
This is gonna suck.
There's gonna be a lot of people
I'm things are leaving. They're hurting their
Enemy shield.
here. Behind us.
Oh my god, there's like 14.
Need to recharge my shield.
Dude, what the?
Kill the hooligan.
That's how you do it.
I'm getting buried from somewhere, but I don't know where.
First blood.
Okay, yep, nope. Don't go back out.
Yo, cracked an enemy shield. Reloading.
Oh, this one up there.
No dubs today. Yet.
Come on,
There's
come
another
on.
team.
Hostile over there.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. Not for long, pal. Out of heavy ammo.
They can't touch the moves. Oh, here they come. I gotta give you credit for the last thing as long as you did there.
Absolute garbage with both of those guns, though. I typically would pass that a Prowler for, like, a different gun most of the time.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of that gun.
Yeah, I know it hits hard. I know it's good. I know it's a good gun. I'm just terrible with, like, the burst weapons.
Each choice changes everything.
Race you to the LZ.
Come on, little mutie. We've got work to do.
Like, honestly, aside from the wingman, there's no ground loot guns that I like to use.
Introducing
So,
your champion.
flatline being back on the ground would be a vibe, because there's plenty of light guns that I don't mind using.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah,
really true,
right.
huh? They took a lot of good guns off the ground.
Yeah, the rampage in the care, or in the replicator would really discourage a lot of people from
Dropping in.
using it.
Hank,
So you have to
something good this way.
actually go and craft it and everything.
I don't think anybody
There's
would really use
4
it. I
teams
think it would
landing
pretty
here.
much disappear. Because no one's
Great
really
flatlines in pubs. Yeah, and then you know who to teabag.
Oh my god, why are there so many people here? Oh,
Oh,
no,
we
God,
landed
stop chasing
entirely
me.
split.
It's all good. I'm just... Wish I got a gun. There's no chance. Yeah, is there any gun in here?
I don't hear it.
No gun? Keep going?
We're down.
No ammo.
Yeah, there's 9 teams that landed with us.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, looking back on that, probably not the best place.
Hindsight is 20/20, as they say.
3-1 R9. The thing was, that team was chasing you, and I essentially swapped spots with you. So they knocked Ethan. I killed the Valk because she just ran at me, and then before I could even reload, the next one was just already there. I was like, maybe I should have stayed back because I kind of secured that spot in the back there.
I just didn't get a gun.
I made run away. Yeah, the building has made enough loot for 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
I got the need for speed.
Prepared and ready.
Oh, aye. There's research afoot.
This is your champion.
Alright, we got this. We can do this. We can do
Alright,
the thing.
someone else is jumping. Not me.
Non terre plus ultra.
Okay, so 2 teams.
We can check out here.
2-ish teams. 2.5 men.
Fine. Whoa, AO?
2.5?
That's like more than 2 and less than 2.
Well. I don't have very much again, so.
Battery? Who the hell landed on my building?
Must go faster.
There's a guy holding the door right here.
Broken enemy.
I have no ammo.
Recharging my shields. Void running.
Reloading.
Recharging my shields.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to kill somebody. Not useful.
What?
Patching
That's not how this works.
Oh,
I have 1 bullet in my RE. 1 bullet.
In there by yourself.
Kill.
Where'd that guy go?
Oh Jesus! I forgot.
I wish I got their rezzing. Someone
on
pick me
your
up.
feet, darling. Plenty of
Oh my
fight left
God.
in you.
I wish I landed on the purple shield.
There's no ammo.
Charging up my shields.
Shields recharging.
Okay, way back. Just kidding. I'm dead.
Void running.
Maybe we should evaluate how we're doing here.
Oh my God! This got looted too.
Patching myself up.
All right.
I have very little ammo.
I'm dead. This guy sucks. Oh, finally hit a shot.
Fire in the hole. Oh, that's
Full team.
gonna heat.
Push full team.
On
This
your
is
feet,
not
darling.
where we want to be.
Plenty of fight left in you.
Phasing.
You pick me up. Another soft landing.
Oh man, I've been baited! I've been jebaited!
Yeah, I still have nothing.
Looked at by the other team on height. Why would you ash tether me? I'm not going anywhere fast. Why you ulted me? Why? There are so many better things.
Very silly players in this
Okay,
lobby.
what happens if I crap ammo? If I have
Colleague's
time?
gone.
I'll go pick him
Guys
up.
are so bad.
Rings close.
These are so bad. I got killed by WD-40.
WD-40 killed me too. Be there in 30 seconds.
Eye sharp. I'm out of light ammo. We could all use it.
Reload gun, my man. Try it again.
You get the banner?
Yeah, I'm gonna try for it.
You've got time.
Yeah.
10
I don't
seconds,
have any
dears.
health, so.
The ring's close and we're cutting it well.
Firing. Enemy shield broken.
Oh no.
I'm taking shots.
Got our pal's banner.
Gibby's one. Love you.
One of them is left.
I have
Okay,
like
don't
no
have it.
bullets.
At me.
All three of them there.
Me and you are down.
Just in shambles. Go res me. Let me die again. Why am I kicking?
This guy's so bad.
What? Like, we're just in shambles every game.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't get a good start. Not a one.
I went
That was the most pathetic attempt to finish someone I have ever seen. That's so funny.
Oh, Jesus. Can't touch me.
Smart. Hold her down.
That was.
No.
Oh my god. They're just all sitting on a boat. I can't even clean that.
Are they sitting on Josh?
Yeah, one of them is. I just don't have any. Oh shit. I just don't have any heals. Or heavy ammo now. Why is this game so hard? Where there's boxes in
We should go here.
They're empty.
there?
I only checked one. What? Are you people here?
Okay.
Josh, is he? Oh. They left.
No ammo. Take that, I guess. Did they leave?
New kill leader.
Nice.
Right.
What, replicator or what? Nope. Most of these guys has one. Yeah, they're respawning up there actually. Oh my god, this man was healthy. Good lord.
None of these boxes have anything in them.
Yo, come back here, Ethan, and loot.
Why?
I'm dripping in it right now, man. There's like 8 boxes here. None of them are
they
touched.
left, right.
Yeah, dude, I'm on like purple shield. We got like Evo shield here.
Yeah,
Honestly, they still don't really have ammo, but like other than what's over there. One of the ammo. Evo shield here. Extended heavy mag here. Alright, none of these guys had mobiles, so.
I just need heavy ammo. None of them have heavy ammo.
Let's go over here. They're about north.
Or white
80
heals.
something. Yeah, I have to rent for you if you wanna make it downtown my way.
Oh,
I'll
fuck.
just drop them right here. Yeah, that's the team I told you about.
I'm outie.
Healthy? Never
Yeah, I
been
don't
healthier?
really have ammo. I didn't find ammo, but I got meds.
Oh, what is that? Sir. Oh, with the rampart wall. Why are you like this? Oh shit. Fucking go.
If you see heavy ammo, let me know.
Okay.
I have 0.
Here.
Heads up. New kill leader.
Nice.
Heavy ammo here.
Love to see it.
There's also some right there. Compadres, heavy ammo here.
Oh, some up here too. Jeez. I'm just blind, I guess.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm alive. I'm in the game. I'm here.
Wait, they're running right at us.
Oh god, they're coming right for us.
Hostile over there.
That's what you have to say before you shoot someone. Should I go punch him?
Wait, is someone behind?
In my back. We're getting third party. I'm close.
Replicator entering orbit, dearies.
That's not a place I want to
Hi, they scratched my booty a little bit, and now it hurts.
be. Okay, well. Then now they're fighting.
Shields out here.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Come on, grief this fight. I'm going back.
Kill 30, you must become the third party.
Recharging my shields.
I've barely done anything. I spent the whole game looking for shit. Go check fight.
Yeah, I'm
willing to go
definitely not
punch
from this life.
We got bad guys over there. Engaging.
Go punch her.
Got some 62.
Healing up.
Reloading. Thermite grenade.
Got your thing.
Grenade out.
Abs fucking shooters of grenades going down. Killed with that grenade. I wasn't lying. Absolute
There's one over.
juicers.
Let's go this way.
I'm pinching these guys.
Josh, loot this path.
Looting this body right here.
Dude, this. Oh my god.
Grenade.
All I had was that one grenade. Oh, I hit him big!
He's sitting right here.
Guys, come on, man!
It's just a wee
to the
scratch,
left?
dear.
Oh, dude,
I have no things.
I know, I full killed the guy for you.
Don't blame yourself.
I was
That's
on
a
another
Pathfinder.
box when you said that. Don't know what else to
I know,
do.
but I could, bro.
Alrighty, boys. I am out of here. You guys have a good one.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, catch you later. Gotta be patient with me. I don't remember how to play this game right.
I just said bait me for everything.
I've been trying to follow you around, but sometimes that doesn't always work out.
I know, it's just no team synchronicity, it would seem.
Sometimes it'd be like
I'm
that.
like 2v1ing to the right and you guys went left. Called out the nades were gonna be good. Like, I don't know why we don't look at that.
Definitely hit a big nade there somewhere.
I knew they were gonna be good. Juicy nades. This is very off topic, but there's like one of those screensaver transition things that people use, and it's like all the legends, but they look like anime characters. Is that real, or is that like? Is that on here somewhere?
I'm pretty sure it came from a special event, like a Twitch drop or something like that.
Damn it.
Because I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, like a lot of people use it.
yeah. So, JJ, if you're watching, come play with us. I invited Thor.
I'm gonna try and find a new one, like really old and reminiscent.
I could invite Jason.
I don't really care who we play with. Just play with whatever. But if I'm in juicy nades and they don't look at that, then I'm in.
That's a problem.
I cry.
Should we run in duos then?
I don't like the ironies here. I don't really. Let's do background to use. Be one with lifeline on it.
Picking your backgrounds right now.
Yep. That's
Nice.
find that animate one. I like how the default one is just like World's Edge. What's Ethan doing?
Who?
Ethan?
I'm not sure. I think he just took off.
Oh, it says he's playing duos.
Maybe he was
Probably.
also not feeling the squad synchronicity. It's possible.
Do not blame him. We can invite my friend Loki. We can invite Mike. Hey, Killa.
Oh, you know,
Tony,
Screez has been
Jason.
inviting me all night, so I don't need to invite him too.
Invite Jest.
That makes sense. Oh, there's a Loki
Invite
Savage.
Ethan. Oh, yeah. Boy, he in a match. The fuck? Better be out of the match soon.
Yeah. For real, for real.
That's been wanting to play with you.
Huh?
He's wanted to play with you.
Bro, you
all
keep
day.
cutting in and out. Yes, exactly.
Yo,
What's up, what's up?
Good, man.
what game chat things?
Sprung with some arena rank.
What'd you? What?
You both sound like robots and it's driving me crazy.
Is it just me or
Yeah,
is
it's
it just him?
It's both of you.
Nah, it's game chat. It's the game
I think I have
chat.
a loading screen. When it's loading up, I guess it does.
Ready, steady, go!
What are arenas?
Being stranded in space
Let's go
for a
find them
spell
all.
certainly brings out the fight in a lassie.
Africa.
As I'm almost halfway through D1.
Oh, damn. You've been like the
Introducing
arenas.
our champion. You know what I look like.
Oh,
Come
damn.
find
I
me.
wish I was good at this game.
Oh, my me an invite. Switch.
We're Jumpmaster, Newty. Just like old times.
I know.
Got a good feeling about this area.
Hold on to your kilts, darlings.
Oh god, yeah, comms are gonna be rough with game chat.
I think it's just the landing, bro. Like the loading and the landing is probably why.
Yeah, audio.
I don't know. Oh shit, I'm getting landed on.
Landed nearby.
Josh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm right back here.
Yes.
I'm getting shipped 3 people.
Drop in a shotgun.
I'll take it. Throw 'em out.
Shotgun ammo here. Got our first one.
Drone.
Let's go here. Extended light mag here. Level 3.
Okay.
Round 1. Beginning countdown.
More heavy ammo.
Heavy ammo here. Evo shield here.
Yeah,
Level 2.
Ethan didn't want to play. Couldn't hear shit. That's probably why he didn't hear me on that call for the nades. I was like,
If you looting this bitch, bro. Trying to grab a. Oh shit. There's a kid right here.
Way out there. Like
No, it's a mirage.
Faster, faster, faster.
That's a mirage. Just flanked me.
Shooting at me. Fire it Charging on my shield.
Behind you.
Me and you are dying.
No, I was trying to get the armor swap. I didn't know he was chasing me. They're both flesh.
I thought you.
Both
her shot was not flush.
Charging shield.
Did they get one up? I thought we knocked one.
No, they're all up.
They're all up. I knocked one earlier, and then the kid on the steps coming to Devo.
Bro, they're
Shit,
all
yo.
three there.
I'm so confused. What just happened?
And then the kid came behind him with a Devo, cracked him.
I'm so
and
incredibly
slid
confused
in
as to
for
what
armor
happened.
swap.
Didn't that seer get knocked at the very beginning of that?
I knocked the seer at the beginning. I clipped
Yeah,
the
Zero
dummy down
fucking
the
went up there
flesh.
though, and they both had shield. My PK
I'm
hit
so
both of them for blue and purple.
Wild. They must have had a gold bag or
bro.
something. Snaps.
You're like getting in the fight like really fast.
Death is not on our path. Not yet.
Let's have a wee play with the laws of physics, shall we?
Reckless and full of wrecks. Let's go.
This is your champion.
Remember me, friends. I may kill you.
I'm Jumpmaster. I'd say fasten your seatbelts,
The
but
fuck I
it's
am.
not that kind
How
of
would
ride.
keep with this? I'll have to say
I am the
no
jump
to an
master.
offer.
My show now. Vámonos. Olé!
We're pretty clear.
Me and you are heading that way.
Probably gonna be one. I know. Right.
Must go faster.
Attention. First
Yeah, I don't
blood.
really see him anywhere.
First fatality.
I want this wingman room.
Today. Yes.
Already inside.
I have a wingman room for Andrew.
I tried knocking on that. I just kept going.
What? What?
New kill leader appointed.
I'm.
I literally can't hear a word you guys say.
It's go time. Amigos, let's go here.
Yep. There we go.
fighting
Oh,
cell.
look. Someone wandered in. Forget I said anything.
See the ping.
Taking fire! Arc Star! Charging shields. Come on.
Broken enemy shield.
Look out! Grenade! Charging shields. Come on.
Another soft landing. Reloading.
Taking fire!
He dead, man. My God.
Reloading. Down to another.
Oh fuck, man.
Oh, that was.
I know they're fighting the raid on purple. Oh, he just left.
Looks like he did the rage quit.
He got
like
off.
that
I'm about to hop back in arena. I'm about to hop back in arena rank.
No worries, GG's.
Alright, GG's. Bro.
Well, maybe that's my sign to call it quits for the evening. Seeing as I am an actual trash panda at this game. That being said, thanks for tuning in. Let's go back to let's go back to this for a second. Display pip. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. It's another Thursday, but next Thursday we will not be here. We will not be playing games. We will not be wiggling our fingers because we will be busy at Infrasound. If there is any hope of a stream for next Thursday, it's going to be me streaming from my phone in the middle of a pit. Very possibly I could do that, but it might look like shit. That being said, thanks for tuning in. Remember, use code Jest3M at all the places, and buy gloves at yougotmoves.com/gloves. Tune in 2 weeks from now, Thursday, for the next stream where I will tell you all about the Infrasound goodies. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, it is better to be weird than boring.